Well, welcome back to the Top Gun Show. Today we have Tim Bucher, the CEO and founder of Trattore Farms and Winery in Healdsburg, California. And I'm excited to have him back on. He's sponsoring the show this month, so it's wine for everybody. Anyway, Tim, welcome back.
Thanks, Steve. Great to be with you.
Yeah, and when we had our last episode, we talked about the innovation that you're doing in not only for your winery and wine tasting and experience, but also how it's transforming the entire industry. Why don't you talk a little bit about specifically what you're doing?
Yeah. Yeah. So I think the industry is going through some challenges right now, as is all the hospitality, the entire hospitality industry. COVID is very challenging. We're not allowed to open. We're inside of our tasting room. It's during the week and it's completely empty.
Right.
And so we can only host outside, whether it's raining or what have you. So the thought was, well, look, let's bring the tasting room experience to the consumer's home. And it's actually an old idea I did many years ago that really makes a lot more sense today than ever. Both in terms of the experiences that people are trying to have at home, because we are living and working more from home than ever, right? In this era right now. And I actually think it will continue more even after we come out of this this COVID pandemic. So what we did was said, okay, look, we have these big bottles of wine and big bottles of olive oil. How can we create smaller samples of that, but make sure those samples represent the exact same quality that's in every large bottle. So we built a reformatting line, which we'll talk about later.
Right.
And basically created these smaller bottles that look just like the big bottles. So this is, Michelle's Rosé, and this is the exact label that's on this big bottle, and it's the exact wine that's in here, and it represents it perfectly. The only thing that's different is the format that's presented to the consumer.
And let me just add, you've patented this whole process. So this isn't about like me taking this bottle and pouring it into these small ones. You have no oxygen in the room when you do that. I mean, the whole thing is magic as far as I'm concerned.
Well, technically there are no patents on this. I did patent it many years ago, and then I sold the patents pending, but they weren't issued for various reasons about the acquiring entity. So it's all public domain, and it's one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this is not only to tell people that these things are available, but to also help the entire industry as a whole during these challenging times. Yeah, but it is a lot of secrets in terms of how to do this to make sure that it is a perfect pour.
My point is, don't try this at home. You can't pull it off.
Yeah, it's not just opening up a bottle and pouring it into a small bottle. That when you expose wine or olive oil to oxygen, it oxidizes the wine. It actually changes the wine quite a bit, and that wine becomes a very different wine than what's in the big bottle. And so once you have oxygen in there, you can actually, if you have too much oxygen, it actually turns wine into vinegar, which is not a good drinking thing.
No.
But
it's good on salad, but that's...
Yeah. So we had to create a completely inert environment, oxygen-free environment, to create these samples of wine. And 100 milliliters is quite a bit. It's enough for two people to enjoy. And we put these into these boxes, and the boxes come with these menus that tell you a little bit about the wines and the olive oil. So it's kind of this whole experience that you can have at home.
Right. Well, that's great. Well, we're going to end the show now, and on the next episode, we're going to take it to the next level and talk about the actual tasting experience for the people who get into this program. Tim, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you, Steve.
Thanks for watching, everybody.